Welcome everyone. This is going to be hopefully a short video taking you through all the gear and food I'll be taking with on my trip, so you have some idea what I'll be up to, as well as something that might be useful if you'd like to go on a similar trip. So I'll take you first over to some of the more important gear. Over here, some of the bigger stuff. So here we have the upper left of the screen, some hiking boots and trail runners. You may want to alternate between those depending on what kind of terrain you're on. You also have an REI, I think that's a 65-liter pack. Pretty awesome piece of equipment. REI has lots of great packs if you do not have one, like to purchase one. Also have a canvas grocery bag for any grocery or other purchases to avoid unnecessary plastics. Got an Eagle Creek small container that I'll probably be using for toiletries, nice and compact. Also small enough to put in a small sack to throw up on trees so that bears can't access them when we're camping. We have a 3-liter platypus bladder. That's a reservoir to keep a good amount of water when you're hiking through the desert. Of course, some people wouldn't like to take as much water, as much reservoir space, they like to fill up more. But again, if you're in the desert or you don't want to carry around a water pump, that might be a good idea for 1 or 2 days of camping. Obviously, if you go longer, you're going to need some of your own filtration system. We have down here travel fanny pack. I don't know how often I'll use that, but usually store my passport and some other important things in there. Again, you have the stuff sack for the sleeping bag, which can be used for other things as well, because you can just stuff the sleeping bag at the bottom of your backpack. Got Kleenex for the car, as well as toilet paper. Should be fairly obvious. You don't know where you're going. Some people like to pack out the toilet paper, some people like to bury it, some people don't use any at all. So I'm just bringing that just in case, so I have more flexibility. I have 2 backpacks. One's pretty old, the other one is getting old, but those can be both used as day packs or just for storing stuff in the car. Also, these Converse sneakers for maybe a little more dressy occasions if I don't want to be around my muddy trail runners or hiking boots. And then you have the ever important REI Passage 2 tent. It can fit 2 people. We tested it the other day, Amy and I. It works fairly well in more extreme weather. And we also have the sleeping mat, which is important to keep you insulated off the ground, as well as provide extra comfort if you're in rocky stuff. And then I have a sleeping bag here. It's pretty old. It's goes down to to 15 degrees Fahrenheit, which is perfect for the conditions I'll be in. So let's just look up here at some of the stuff I have. You can see there's a trowel. Again, that's for the bathroom. We have 50 feet of cord. It can be used for many purposes. This one mostly probably for throwing food sack over the tree branches to keep it from bears. Another stuff sack. A 2-day first aid kit for backpacking. Got a Nalgene, some big roll of sturdy duct tape, pocket knife, mirror, compass, a small towel with a mesh sack, and I'm going to use the mesh sack for putting stones in and tying that up with the cord and throwing over trees. Make it easier rather than tying it around the stone itself. Got some extra stuff that the medical kit doesn't come with, such as Neosporin, extra moleskin, purification tablets, some baby wipes, and laundry detergent. Although I have this Sea to Summit soap that should take care of things pretty good. Can clean your hair, your body, your dishes, etc. We also have obviously my wallet, a passport just in case I go to Canada, binoculars, checks. Since I'll be gone a pretty long time, just you don't know what people will be accepting. Have a travel headlamp right there, a compact towel for drying myself off after showers, got a journal right in the center, that black rectangle, and some medication, and you also have some Kiss My Face sunscreen, which is really important if you're going to be in the desert and other places for an extended period of time to protect your skin. Some Nature's Baits toothpaste. Try to be green and have less stuff that's less bad for the environment. Toothbrush, comb, brush. You have a razor, extra pair of glasses, and then you can take over here. You see a bandana with a carabiner. Again, the bandana can be used for multiple purposes. Carabiner can be used to attach things such as the stuff sack when you're throwing it over the branch for the bear. So I brought that up a lot, but a little paranoid about bears, just because I've never camped alone with bears. So in regards to entertainment, obviously it's nice to have. So I have this clipboard. It has some colored pencils and some sketch pads, watercolor. Can be in really beautiful areas, so it'd be nice to have that with me. I also have a written down calendar of where I'll be, and I can record notes. And on the other side, there's a contact list with everyone's numbers and addresses, just in case I don't have access to the camera or phone, just if it dies. So the phone I'm using actually is a Samsung Galaxy S2. Pretty nice piece of device I just purchased for this trip. Then we have what is important, I think, a whiteboard. If you ever need something sturdy, this is actually something that you can draw on or fold clothes over or maybe chop on. But you can also, if in an emergency, take out a marker and write a destination you need to be at if your car breaks down. Then you have these two very large gallon or more plastic bags. You can put clothes in there, perhaps food. Very good for compressing things. You can also have smaller sacks for, if I have little snacks or leftovers, or I just want to keep things more compact and organized. Always bring those. And then the trash bags. One I'm going to use as a liner for my backpack to keep things from getting wet, and the other one can be used as a spare poncho in case that ever comes up. So again, I also have books and maps. These maps were taken through AAA, and some nice books such as Gulliver's Travel, Mahabharata, given to my friend Badisha, On the Road, Jack London's Call of the Wild, some vegan cookbooks, Huckleberry Finn, a new book came out called Thinking Animals, one that I've been trying to read, Human Error, and also one that I'm really looking forward to reading called National Parks and Native American Indians, to get a little more historical perspective on some of the places I'll be, that it's not so non-violent in regards to its history. So in regards to food, I just want to let you see the Jetboil real quick. It uses this butane. That's a larger fuel since I won't be backpacking that much. A smaller one actually fits inside, and I can actually open that up if I wanted to, and you can kind of see there's a stand in there. You can put pots and pans on. Underneath that is a smaller fuel. Underneath that's the actual cooking stove, which is very efficient and compact. And then you also have the stands that's in there that stabilizes the fuel canister that it sits on. It can boil within 3.5 minutes at an average elevation, and its fuel is much better in alpine and cold weather conditions, although you have to keep the canister warm before you use it. So that's what I'll be using for cooking. So here's some of the stuff I'll be cooking or otherwise snacking on. So some of the stuff's for the car, like the Snyder's, pretzels, Fritos. Fritos are also, you can put in a bag. They're very calorie dense, very efficient fuel for your body and for fires. You can light one on fire and it makes a good fire starter. It's inflamed for a couple of minutes. That's how much fat's in those things. It's relatively natural considering, well, I guess genetically modified, but yeah. So, also going to make a gourd mix later, but for now, I've got these Planters Deluxe Mix with good amount of nuts, craisins, gonna have peanut butter. Here's some quick oats for a quick breakfast. You can put some fruit sugar, cinnamon in there, some fruit like oranges and bananas. Sunflower seeds pack a lot of energy and nutrients. Then you can see I found some really weird stuff for $2 and under, like this Hormel vegetarian chili with TVP. So just want to try. Not that I like Hormel all that much. Gonna cook that up, and then put it on top of those corn chips. Have some of these Indian dishes. You can, I think, just boil them while they're in the sack and then open them up. And thinking of just mixing that with the tortillas. You can see over to the left there's a B12 supplement, since I'm vegan, and it's always best to have some of that just in case. I've got a can opener, bottle opener, and wine opener, just so any of that comes up, I'll be prepared. Have some stuff like Cliff Bars and Pro Bars for hiking, pack a lot of nutrients and calories. Vigo black bean and rice. I also had Zatarain's already used up. But I'm going to mix that with maybe some potatoes. And down here we can see this couscous cooks up extremely fast, within 5 minutes, and it's a flavor packet. So it's very quick if you're low on fuel or just really hungry. And also these lentils, which I think would cook up in 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so. And also some nutritional yeast right there in the center as a spice. Alright, so then, if I'm feeling like I want something more Eastern, can get some silken tofu with the soba noodles and nori, and make up a bit of a noodle dish that's a bit different and quite nutritious. Then finally, of course, going camping, and I want to share this with friends, so I've got some Dandies here from Chicago Soy Dairy, a local company, and some Nabisco grams that do not have honey, and some vegan chocolate. And hope that is fair trade. I usually try to buy that as much as possible. So that's the food and the base equipment. Finally, I'm going to show you my clothes, and then we'll be outie. So some of the more basic stuff is I have this geeky camping hat that I should have actually kept with this fragrant lotion, not lotion but candle. Smelling it, yeah, it smells extremely nice, like kind of like this raspberry cigar or something. So it might actually attract bears and insects. It kind of sucks and defeats its purpose. With that net, but I can still be protected. But yeah, so I have that. And then you want an outer shell like this. It's a rain and windbreaker. You got this fleece layer, keep you warm. Just umbrella just in case. I don't want to just use the poncho or the rain jacket. Got these gloves, little warm headbands. And then up here, again, I'm probably overpacking, but I'll be gone a while, and I don't know when I'll be back, so I'm taking extra stuff. So here's rain pants for more wet conditions when I go to the Northwest, and swimsuit for swimming. Got these, my favorite button-up, ripped-up shirts. Can get those dirty, take them off pretty easily. Got some sweaters just for nicer occasions, as well to keep me warm. This vegan hoodie, which is extremely comfortable to keep me warm and dry at night if it's ever too cold. I've got kind of these quick drying shorts, and in addition to that, for again colder weather, if it ever need be, hopefully won't need these. I've got this warm, it's a REI makes it, but it's I think Capilene. It keeps you pretty warm. I also have these Capilene underwear, quick dry underwear, some of these quick dry and non-quick dry hiking socks. Really important, and a pair that's nicer. Again, I'm going to Las Vegas or some city and don't want to look all muddy and sweaty and whatnot. Again, this kind of some t-shirts and this workout shirt keep me dry and have a lot of more ventilation. And then these are actually these pants that can drop off the lower part to become shorts, which can make things more efficient. I'll be taking a couple pair of jeans again just for comfort. I'll be working on a farm too, so one of them will be devoted to becoming really dirty. So that's my video. Hope that's useful. I haven't been able to include everything like the jump cables and some of the CDs I'm bringing with, but yeah, that's my gear.